Good day, everyone. My name is Michelle D. Clark, and I am your favorite small town girl with big time dreams who God has definitely shown His grace and His mercy, and He has saved me from some life threatening things. And let me tell you something. When I'm talking about small town, of course, you all may or may not know that I'm talking about Harvey, Illinois. Now, most folks don't know where Harvey is. It's near the south side of Chicago. But even if you don't know where Harvey is, you definitely do not have to be a reporter on America's Most Wanted to know how Chicago got its nickname Chirac. We're talking about people who are thugging and drugging and stealing and killing, doing all sorts of things. But instead of doing that with my life, you all, I decided to do something different. So instead of dealing dope, being a dope dealer, I became a hope dealer with my company, Lift Nation, where we are empowering women to live inspired, free, and transformed. And in order to do that, I got my bachelor's degree in psychology, I got my master's in social work, but I also got my PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. Because, like I said at the top here, y'all, I have definitely been through some things. But it's because of those things that I've been through that now I'm able to be the Harriet Tubman of authenticity, empowering women to break the chains and shatter those glass ceilings and really shed the baggage of past traumas and tragedies in order to live more triumphantly. So I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to our show Tuesday Talks with Miss Clark, LMSW at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if this is your first time, welcome. And if you are a repeat supporter, then of course, welcome back. Now let's take this moment. We're going to do a couple of things, station identification. So this is a good time for you all to grab your hydration. So grab some water. Always stay hydrated. Keep yourself healthy, right? So when I do take a sip of water, y'all, that's the time where you guys can also take your sip. Also think about some elevator music, like dun 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 dun. Right, I say that right. And then at the end when I'm done drinking, dun. So let's get a little practice in. Imagine the music. Take a sip. Let's go. Wonderful. All right, y'all. Now, in addition to that, make sure that if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure that you, because I see some YouTube watchers now. Hey, hey, folks. So make sure that you like this, share this, subscribe, of course, and click the little bell so that way you're in the know when we drop new content. Because as you can see now, we are dropping new content on YouTube as well. A lot of it I know goes to Facebook. So welcome all y'all Facebook watchers as well. But now we are starting to pick up traction and attraction on YouTube. So you'll be seeing us more on YouTube as well. And also you can go back and look at some of the videos that we've had. And I'm categorizing them now. So that way, when you're watching them, you'll see next and the next and the next, right? Of all of our mind setting mind hacks, if you will. So I see some eyeballs out there. Hey, hey, what's going on? Keishan E. Newton is in the house. So just like Keishan did, because she is a repeat supporter, you all. So she knows the rules. So let me run them down to you guys. So at the beginning, of course, we do our introduction and we welcome everybody to the show. Welcome back. For those of you all who are repeat supporters, make sure that you put your name and where you're from in the chat if you want a proper shout out. So then we go through that, we go through our content, and then we leave a moment towards the end for our rapid fire AMA. No, not against medical advice, and it's not American Music Awards. It is Ask Miss Clark anything. So you can get your questions answered. So that way you can live inspired, free, and transformed, right? So we want to make sure that we help you all to do that and experience freedom. So that is, this is what this platform is about. This platform is really about lifting each other up, about hearing strategies and mindsets to help us to live more freely, to really capture, harness, and ride the wave of freedom, all right, in whatever way that you may desire that freedom. And so I definitely would like to hear from you. So if you would like to connect with me, then there's multiple ways you can do that. The first way, of course, is to just hit me up on any social media platform. You're going to find me at MicheleDClark Lift, just like you probably see here. If you're on YouTube, you'll see my channel is MicheleDClark Lift. If you're on Facebook, MicheleDClark Lift. If you're on LinkedIn, MicheleDClark Lift. And guess what? Instagram, MicheleDClark Lift. So just look for MicheleDClark Lift, Lift, not the kind that helps to pick people up and take them to their transportation places. No, the lift like living inspired, free, and transformed. Yeah, that one. So make sure you hit me up on any social media and you can connect with me there. You also can, I know this is like old, I don't know, are people even using emails anymore, y'all, other than just like business transactions? I don't know, but I still have an email, of course. You can hit me up at clarkmd at liftlifecoachingsolutions.com. You can always hit me up there, and that's solutions with an S.com. Now, all right, you all. So I want us to talk today about, okay, so real quickly, I see some more eyeballs popping up here. So make sure that you put your name in the chat so that way I can give you a proper shout out. And if you want me to know where you're from, who you're with, and all that kind of stuff, you can do that as well. So let me just put up here really quickly. And of course, if you want to reach me, I'll put this up here quick. Some people say, Michelle, I would love to have a exploration with you to see if we can work well together and move forward, because I know I can help. But it's whether or not we can work well together. Then you can hit me up at bit.ly/mindset with Michelle. And that's Michelle with one L, because you don't need two, and one does the same. All right, now that we've gotten that underway and out of the way, let's talk about our topic for today, you guys. So we've been talking about freedom. We've been talking about how we do that through our vision, how we can envision things to manifest our goals and dreams. I also want to talk about freedom in a sense of, because I know when we talk about freedom, I know in mind setting and goal setting and dream building, a lot of times we're talking about in the sense of business. I know as professional women, we talk about business a lot. I know my daughter's probably tired of hearing me talking about business, and my sister probably tired of me talking about business. My mom, she indulges me. The people around me is like, how are you doing? Oh, and I start running down my day. Or how are you doing? I start talking about business. It's like, no. How are you doing? So for my friends who check in on me, I appreciate that. And quick pause, y'all, real quick. I saw a Facebook post, and on that post, it talked about checking in on the strong folks. A lot of times, strong folks, like you and I, we check in on everybody else, see how they're doing, make sure they're good. And then when it comes time for us to be checked on, then we're like, you crickets and tumbleweeds. Wah, wah, wah. Right? That was a real bad whistle, but probably need to wet my whistle a little bit more. But bottom line is, it's like Ghostville. It's like nobody's there. I'm like, okay, so y'all, real quick, I see some comments coming inside. Yeah, crickets, right? I actually had to blow up my screen. Okay, real quick detour, you guys. So on Saturday, we had a wonderful event at our church, and we were playing these. There was like a card game, and I really liked it a lot. It was like acronyms on the back side. It was not really acronyms. It was the initials of the first letter of the answer. So you had to give clues, and the answer was on the front. Let me tell you something, y'all. I'm like, I didn't have my glasses. And I was like, I need a buddy to help me to see, because that writing was small. Okay. So say that to say this, that I just had to enlarge my screen just a little bit, so that way I can still see you all while I see you all, right? So I can see some of the comments coming in while I see you guys here on the screen here. So, all right. So anyway, strong folks, that's what I was talking about. Checking on. So make sure you all, if the person who's always checking on you, can you please check on that person, make sure that they're okay? And even if they say they're okay, still talk to them about, just encourage them to talk, is all I can say. Encourage them to talk. Encourage them to reach out, because a lot of times, strong folks, we not really trying to give up the ghost. We're not trying to talk about what some of the, I don't know, the snags or snafus or hiccups and the hookups. We want to make sure that we leave our avenues open for other people to talk about their hookups and hiccups in their hookups. So make sure that they do talk. All right, you all. I just had to get that out of the way. So, because I know a lot of you on here today are those strong women. You're, and I know I have some men that sometimes watch as well. So I'm definitely not excluding you all. I know this platform is for professional women, but we do have some professional men who also watch this, who may be accompanied by their wives, or may just be watching it too, because the tips and things that my mindset hacks that we give on here are not just exclusive for women, meaning that it's not just for us to utilize. Men can use it too, but I give it to us as women because this is our platform, right? Okay. All right. Got that out of the way. So let me just bring the screen just a little bit here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. All right. So I wanted to talk about us as not just talking about business when we're talking about our dreams and our goals and things like that, but I also want us to talk about living life and living it more abundantly. Okay. I don't know what I did here, you all. I should have left the screen alone. Now I can't see my chat, Lord. Somebody help me out here. Somebody from the StreamYard. Somebody help me out here. Oh, let's see. Let's hit the reset button. Let's see if we can do that. Reset. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. All right, you all. Thank you all so much for hanging with me through these technical difficulties. As you know that listen, you do not have to be tech savvy, you all, in order to help someone. So I see some more eyeballs tuning in. So make sure that you put your names in the chat if you'd like to have a proper shout out and who you are and where you're from, where you're watching, right? All right, you all. So let's talk about living life. Let's talk about living life outside of the business. Now, yes, business, personal, integration. There's no separation. There's no balance. It's integrated. Let's talk about us as the people. Let's talk about us as the women. What is that we're experiencing? What are some things that we're going through? So I know the holidays are passing. And actually, you can say the holiday has passed. We're into the new year. We're already 3 days in. I know a lot of people are talking about, hitting and grinding and doing all that type of stuff. But before we really start to rev our engines, I want us to take a check of ourselves, like a scan of our own personals, if you will. So let's just, and you guys can put them in the chat too. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear what some of your thoughts are as well. But when you were going through the holiday season, did you find yourself trying to relax, but in the back of your mind, like, I got this to do and that to do and this to do and this business to do and that phone call to make and this person to follow up with and this live to do and this, that, where you find yourself like caught up with business, just like really thinking about some of the things that are happening in your business. Now, some people, whether you are a boss or whether you are a manager or whether you are a CEO, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever the avenue may be, a lot of times as professional women, we find ourselves, how can I say this? We find ourselves putting ourselves last. I know that's right. Keisha even said, nah, pause on that. I need to do a reset. And that's exactly my point. Keisha, you hit it right on the head. That's exactly my point. And that is that we have to compartmentalize. We have to make sure that we put things in its proper place and its proper perspective. So I was thinking about something that Jim Rohn used to say all the time. He said, wherever you are, be there. Wherever you are, be there. Because time is going to pass. People are going to do what they're going to do. And whether you're there or not, people are going to get their needs met one way or another. So yes, it's great to know that we can put on our capes right up to the sunset, dun, 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 save the day, and then, help everybody else out. But it has to start at home too. We have to make sure that we're good. So yes, starting off with our hydration. I know I talk about that a lot. Making sure that we're getting proper rest. Okay, y'all, quick diversion. I'm gonna take a quick drink. You all drink along with me, and I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Well, it's funny to me. So I had some appointments, like back to back to back appointments. And I said, okay. So some of y'all may not know, but what was that? Maybe September, Octoberish. I think it was Septemberish. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. So yes, I have the whole CPAP, and it's the cannula that goes under, not the one that goes over the whole face, but just a little cannula, whatever. So either way it goes, y'all. When I first got it, I was like, this is not sexy. This is not sexy. But hey, saves my life. So I think I'll choose life-saving over super sexy. So, and besides, anyways, let me keep the main thing. So the bottom line is, I said, okay, I got about this many hours of sleep. And then I will, I'm going to get up and hit the ground running. I know, right? I know Keisha, she like jab. So I said, okay, put CPAP on, went to bed, had and I don't know about you all, but I have mood music. So when I say mood music, I listen to meditation type music. And I choose on the one, there's some on there that actually tells you this is set at this frequency to help heal this, help to heal that. It is real, you guys. Energy, y'all. It vibrates. There's different frequencies, right? And we all vibrate on different frequencies. And so I picked the one that was like healing, mind restoring, and body healing, and things like that, right? Head is set, doing good, knocked out. And when I woke up like, what's going on? because I realized that I felt in myself, I was like, I'm sleeping way too long. Child, when I looked at, because my apnea machine tells me how many hours I've been sleeping, I mean, how long it's been on. When I looked at the clock, I said, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I said, let's say this. Of course, I overslept. Had to reschedule some things. Thank goodness I was able to reschedule. And it was appointments that was for my self-care. I actually took the day off. I took the day off and to do some self-care and some self-analysis. And so the appointments that I had were my own appointments. Praise the Lord. It wasn't someone else relying on me. But that just let me know that have been running hard. Now, I don't know if you felt this way. If you can relate to this, and it doesn't have to be within the last week or so, but anytime during 2022, if you can relate to that, please put a 2 in the chat for 2022. So put a 2 in the chat if you can relate to just being run down, maybe not feeling run down because you're running, but really being run down to the point of when you actually took your slumber. That I know, right? I said 2 for 2022. Yes. For, you go to sleep and you oversleep because you're overworked, overpressed, over this, over that. You're doing a lot and you're taking care of yourself a little because you're pouring so much into others. And I know as women, that's what and I hope it's not a sexist comment, but for real, we're nurturers. And that's what we do. We care for others. Now, of course, that's a huge generalization. But overall, that's who we are. That's what we do. And I know I'm one. I do fit in that category that I give, I pour a lot. And then next thing you know, I'm looking around, I'm running on E. But at some point, we have to take a pit stop. At some point, we have to pull over. We have to get that R&R, that rest and relaxation. And just like Keishan said here earlier in the chats, I did the same thing. I took time out. I took a time out, not just for me, but I took time out to spend with my family. Because a lot of us, you all, that's what we're running for. We're running to not get ourselves free just for getting ourselves free, but we're running to get ourselves free so that way we can help somebody else, so that we can leave a legacy, so that our families can be free, so we can spend the time and do the things that we want to do with our family and friends, loved ones, and all of that. That's why we do it. We want to be free. Now, if you want to be free in 2023, go ahead and put a 3 in the chat for being free in 2023. So let me tell you something. Starting on January 14th, that's a Saturday, each and every Saturday thereafter, we will have our Freedom at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's Freedom at 1 for professional women. It's a Zoom room. Yes, I see those 3 in 2023 coming in the chat. So yes. So we're going to do that. We're going to have our Freedom at 1 starting on January 14th. So let me see if I can get that out there. So here, let's put this here. So yes, so on January 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I want you all to meet me in the Zoom room. Now, this one is strictly for professional women. So I know we have guys that watch this too, and that's cool. Thank you so much for your support. This is for the ladies. So meet me in the Zoom room. We're going to be laying things out. We're going to talk about what Lift Nation is and is not, and how Lift Nation is going to go to work for you, the professional woman. So we are right now taking in applications for people who want to be a part of Lift Nation. We're putting together a hub of resources. So this is the part where if you are a business owner, or if you have services or goods or products or whatever that you may be marketing, whatever your business is, you want to be a part of this resource hub. We are making this a global hub so that way, no matter where you go, that you will always have a Lift sister, a Lift Nation sister who's just a click away. Just a click away. So how can you do that? So all you have to do right now is register at bit.ly/LiftNationFreedomAt1. So that's how you will get to know more about who we are, what we're doing, and how we're going to go to work for you. And then a part of that segment, we'll have networking. So my thing is either networking or not working. So I want us to be able to network within our Freedom at 1 And that way we get to know each other, break bread, not just come in just business. Now we'll be doing a small training as well as that. So we will be doing some mindset training, Yeah, mindset training. We'll be doing some of that. But I really want us to also do some networking. So show up for yourselves, show up for others, so that way they can learn about you and who you are and what you do. And then you can learn about how you can become a part of Lift Nation so that you can get your business in the global hub. All right, you all. So that's for Lift Nation. So yes, take the time, learn different ways and strategies of how you can do some mindsetting hacks to maximize your time, maximize your day, maximize your energy, and put it where it needs to go. So that way you can be free in 2023. Because a lot of us have been on the grind for years and years and years. And a lot of us are seeing the fruits of our labor, and that's fabulous. And at the end of the day, the fruits of our labor should not just be financial. It should be freedom. It should be freedom to be able to do the things we want to do with whom we want to do it with for however long we want to do it with. And still have those financial resources, still have those financial freedoms helping us to move along, right? Because it's one thing to have time but no money, and then have money but no time. We want the two to become friends and shake hands, say hello, how you doing? So that's what we're going to be doing for our Freedom at One. So that's Lift Nation Freedom at One. So bit.ly, you put that back up there one more time. So bit.ly, that's LY/Lift Nation Freedom at One. So you can be a part of the conversation. And again, that's going to be on not this Saturday coming up. And of course, if you're watching this on hashtag replay, we're talking about January 14th. So again, if you are watching this hashtag replay, put that in there, hashtag replay, right? So I'll know that you watch this on replay. So, all right. So it's starting on January 14th. So not this Saturday, but the next Saturday, January 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So what we were just basically talking about. So I see some more eyeballs have popped on. So welcome to the show, you all. If you are a repeat supporter, welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome. So we're about to head into Rapid Fire AMA, which is Ask Ms. Clark Anything. Let me take a quick swig real quick. So that's a good station identification for you all to make sure that you stay hydrated. Keep your water at hand. Stay hydrated. And additionally, if this is your first time watching, please make sure that you subscribe. If you are a repeat watcher and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that. Subscribe and then click the little bell so that way you know when we drop new content. Because I said at the top of the show that we are going to have more and more content that's going to be popping up on Facebook, and I want you all to be in the know. So, all right. So make sure right now you can go ahead and start putting your questions in the chat if you have any questions, so we can start our Rapid Fire AMA. That's Ask Ms. Clark Anything, right? So Rapid Fire AMA, Ask Ms. Clark Anything. I know I just like things that have like an official announcement, I guess. So you can go ahead and get those in the chat. In the meantime, and in between time, I would love for you all to know that we do have some things on the horizon. So we have some collabs that's coming. Additionally, one of the things that we're going to start doing, oh yay, I see some hearts and things coming in. Hey. So we're going to have some collabs in the near future. And in addition to that, you all, we are going to have a format where one day, we say one Tuesday out of the month, that we will be doing spotlighting. So we do spotlighting where we'll have a guest on, and we'll have spotlight for that person, and we'll get a chance to break bread with them. We'll meet that person or persons, right? If it's a group, because I know we will have a group coming up. I'll announce the date when they will be here. But for the anthology that I was a part of, for the love of caregiving, first of all, you all, whoop, whoop, big shout out, you all. We did make #1 Amazon bestseller. So, and thank you so much, Sherelle D. Mims and, Dr. Nikita, for really taking it by the horns and making sure that it got out there and that the vision came to pass. So we will have those ladies on. Some of the ladies who are part of that collaboration, they will be on the show. So I want to make sure that if you are a business owner or you have a product or service or goods or something that you would like to introduce to the market, we have a place for you right here on our Tuesday Talks with Ms. Clark LMSW, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I would love for you to be able to be showcased. And so connect with me. And how you can do that, you can hit me up on any social media, MicheleDClark Lift. And that's Michelle with one L, Michele, one L, because you don't need two and one does the same. So you can hit me up on any one of those, as well as you can hit me up on my email, clarkmd@liftlifecoachingsolutions with an S.com, right? And of course, you can always hit me up on if you want to do a conversation exploration with me. You can go to Mindset with Michelle. That's another bit.ly. See if we get that on the screen here. And that's for ladies who are looking to live life, live it more abundantly, get that freedom that you've always desired, always wanted to have, and say, you know what, it's my time. I'm ready to be free in 2023. Let's go, let's grow, let's get it. Then you can go ahead and hit me up there for your free 20-minute conversation and exploration with me, and we can see how we can work well together, so I can see what you have, what your hiccup is, and your hookup, and then we can go ahead and get you hooked back up and get you going and running for 2023. All right, you all. So if there are no questions, the other thing is what you could do is, so I know a lot of times you're like, okay, Michelle, I'm a first time watcher. I didn't have any questions today. Didn't know that was that segment. Didn't see any of your posts that said that you had the AMA. That's cool. No problems. You can always go to my email or hit me up on any of the social medias again, and you can put your questions there, and then just make sure you put on there, you can put on there Tuesday Talks with Ms. Clark. So that way I know that's what you're having the question for. All right, you all. So we are just about wrapping up. We have about 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. So I just want to stop and say this. Let's talk about really quickly some nice mindset hacks to help us to turn it up a notch on some positivity. So I know in some of my lives, you hear me say that it is a terrific Tuesday, a wonderful winning Wednesday, thrilling thankful Thursday, fabulous Friday, super sensational Saturday, super fantastic Sunday, magnificent Monday, right? I have something for each day. Here's the deal. It's on purpose. It's not happenstance. It's not hope and stance, even though I'm a hope dealer. It's not hope and stance. It's planning stance. Yeah, I just made that word up. Planning stance. It's planned. It's planned. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. So here's the deal. When I say plan, no, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to write out some elaborate. I know some of us who are high eyers, and high eyes are the folks who are like, we fun. If depending on what assessment you take, they're either blue, color blue, blue dolphins, if you're talking about the animals, right? But the people who like to have fun, who really may not be the kind of people like, oh no, man, you're talking about numbers, you're talking about planning and jotting stuff down and writing things down and mapping things out. Headache. It doesn't have to be that deep, y'all. It can be. And of course, the more specific we are, the higher the likelihood that we have it to manifest. Make it plain, be specific, tell you what you want. But here's the deal. You literally can just take a moment. Like right now, we have about 2 minutes left. You can literally take 2 minutes to just sit still and quietly and just dream and dream big. And you saw me close my eyes. I close my eyes because I like to block out the stimulus that's around me, the physical stimulus around me. And I also sometimes turn on music so that way I can have, and music without words, so that way I can block out any outside noise as well. And I just think and dream. Okay, so I see something here. Yes, planning was my biggest hurdle. I'm an on the spot person, and that works for me until it stopped working. Yeah, yes. Pastor Rosa in the house. Welcome. Absolutely, yes. And that's the thing. It works until it doesn't work. And we find out that when it doesn't work, we thought it was working. It really wasn't working even when we thought it was working. Because if we look back and we see that there was a gap here and a hole there and a gap there and this, it wasn't really working. It just appeared to be working. So, but if we can really just, even in the mornings, if you want to just take 2.5 seconds in the morning, whatever your routine is, just stop. Stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the energy style is used to. Yeah, I know, old school song, right? But really, stop what you're doing and just be. Just allow yourself to be for just 2 minutes, even 1 minute, 30 seconds. Just stop, pause, and get that reset. And just imagine your day going well. Imagine your day going phenomenally. Or as one of my friends says, swimmingly well. Imagine your day going swimmingly well, that all the ducks lined up, all the stars were in alignment, the planets were all lined up, everything was gravy. That at the end of the day, picture yourself at the end of the day, looking back on the day and saying, job well done. Oh man, it was amazing. It was awesome. And just really evoke that emotion that you would feel, that you would actually feel when it happens, not if, when it happens. Intentional, purposeful, planning stance. I'm gonna see if I can coin that. Planning stance. Y'all heard it here first. So not happenstance, not hoping but planning stance. So making sure that we put something out there so it won't come back to us void. It's okay. Rosal said, what can go right instead of what could go wrong? 100%. That is along the same vein, and we're going to wrap it up, you guys. I see we're at 31 minutes here. That it goes along the veins of the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. So depending on what lens we put on, if we're waiting for Murphy's Law to show up, guess what? Murphy is waiting. Murphy is right here in the room with all of us every single day, waiting for us to call on him. Y'all know who Murphy is, right? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong at the worst possible time. Yeah, that's Murphy, right? Murphy is sitting right here waiting for each and every one of us. But guess what? Just like Murphy is, miracles are too. Miracles are all around us every single day. They're just waiting for us to call on them. All we have to do is call those things forth. That is it. Call it forth and walk. Walk in the purpose. Walk in it with intention, knowing that it will manifest because you said so. That makes the difference. You can call it hooey if you want to. You can say, oh, here she go talking about that manifestation stuff. Okay, let me tell you something. It's real. It's real. And we're gonna key in on that. We're gonna key in on that and topics just like this to help you manifest your dreams and goals because you deserve it. We've been working all these years, y'all. And if you had kids, woo, child, you know how hard we've been working. And if you have children and you don't have a spouse or a mate or somebody who's helping you out, come on, somebody, it is our time. 2023 is our year to be free. Let's be all we can be and let's get it. Let's go. And I know some people say, listen, I was already that DOA. I was the best you in 2022. Awesome. Let's capitalize. Don't stop. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's get it. And let's get it in a rounded sense, not just business, personal too. Personal too, working on ourselves and continuing to grow and continuing to be. So yes, we're going to talk about that each and every Tuesday. Tuesday Talks with Miss Clark, LMSW, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you come with your questions so that we can answer those questions. Get them answered so that you can live your best life. So that way you can live inspired, free, and transformed in 2023. You deserve it. And then starting on January 14th, again, January 14th, we will have our Lift Nation Freedom at Once. Let me get that back up here. And all you have to do is register. It is free to register, you all. It is free to attend. It's going to be in the Zoom room. It's for professional women only. So make sure you register so you can learn about Lift Nation and how Lift Nation is going to go to work for you in 2023. All right, you all. So that is my story. I'm sticking to it, you guys. We are out of here. We are done. I love you all to life. Thank you all so much for tuning in this week's Tuesday Talks with Miss Clark, LMSW at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing each and every one of your beautiful faces next week and also on January 14th at 1 p.m. So, all right, you all, I love you to life. My name is MicheleDClark. I am the Mindset Management Coach for professional women with Lift Nation, where we empower you to live inspired, free, and transform. Take care. God bless.